So today we're here to introduce RAMM, its vision and mission, and I'm excited to be introducing the co-founders John and Alan to talk about the problem RAMM is currently solving. But we'll start with the premise you guys have set as the beginning of the conversation. So trust in e-commerce is broken. Today, big tech platforms are the ones capturing the biggest rewards, ad revenue, fees, customer data, and pretty much everything. But the people, consumers, the creators that are creating value by liking, by buying, by sharing products online, and the brands themselves are losing. They can't properly reward their fans and their belief and loyalty. So to start kicking things off, walk us through on what's broken in e-commerce today and for whom specifically. Who wants to start? Alan.
You give me the honor of going first.
Enthusiastic, guys.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Okay, well, what is broken? So let's start with the first point, which is that the web is an amazing thing. It creates a peer-to-peer way of sharing information, sharing rewards, and helping create more network society, which can be only a good thing, right? So this is the ambition that many of the people who pioneered the web and the internet foundations, and that goal was very true. And I and Alan worked with many companies launching Web2 projects that were true to this vision of a peer-to-peer world. And then, as always happens when a system is established, the temptation to centralize the functions takes over. Platforms become a point of control and domination even, and the money and the rewards get sucked into that central body. And really that's what happened over the course of the last decade. Is some of the great promise was of e-commerce was sucked into a more centralized model, where the users of e-commerce got less of a good deal, and above all else, the brands that were selling on the platforms really lost not just the economic opportunity, but actually the opportunity to talk to their customers, to talk directly and engage with the data that they need to make not just better products, but also move their markets forward and try to develop and excite them. So this is, fundamentally a huge deal, and it really has led to an absolute breakdown of trust. And when I first met Alan, he was very insistent on this idea of trust being broken. And I will hand over to Alan to kind of give his view on that trust issue, because it's critical.
Yes, thank you, John. Good points. I think that trust is an issue that I witnessed firsthand when I was running a company called Sway that was had to do with a lot of influencer marketing based on performance. We very quickly came to the realization that everything is broken, that this is never going to work the way we intended, because brands don't trust influencers. They don't believe that they're driving the traffic. They always ascribe it to their own activities. Influencers don't trust brands for paying them properly for all the good stuff that they're delivering. And that is sort of at the core of this mistrust. So it was at that point that we realized that the current Web2 system of being able to track and attribute compensation properly and convince everyone that there's transparency and trust in the system is not there. And Web3, the emerging Web3 that was coming along, really proved to us that that would be the technology that would enable to solve that. The only problem was that Web3 was purely made for degens, and there was no ability for ordinary people, otherwise known as normies, to actually interact with it, because it was just too complicated. You had to have all sorts of difficult wallets, transactions. You could easily lose everything in one move. So in that sense, only when AI and LLM started showing up, became apparent that agentic systems could be laid over the Web3, make it, push it to the background where it belongs as essentially a recording ledger, and make the interaction much smoother and possible. That's when we realized that a new solution is possible, that we can fix this trust problem. And here we are doing just that.